Hello everybody, it's Dan here, the 10th of August 2015. Welcome to Essex, United Kingdom. Now, as you know, I'm growing these watermelons in these pots, 30-litre pots they are, and the watermelons are starting to grow quite well. So they're starting to sort of bulk up. I'm quite happy. You can see how big they are, obviously nowhere near full grown, but they are nonetheless getting bigger. Now, what I want to do is I want to ensure that this does not break. Now you can see that I've grown them up this garden mesh in like a round sort of shape to give the actual vine something for it to grow up, because I didn't have enough room in this tunnel to put them in the ground. So you can see the weight of the watermelon is starting now to bring down the support of the garden mesh. So what I've done is simply put a plant pot underneath it to take the pressure off. Now, as you can see, watermelons, they only supported by this rather delicate little, I don't know what you call this, but it's very delicate anyway, and I don't really don't want to lose my watermelons now. So I put this plant pot under to help support it, and I'm hoping that you know, this will do the job. And as this gets watermelon gets bigger, I can then put a bigger pot in, and I think it'll be a good way of supporting them. So over here we have another one. This watermelon is also growing in one of these large containers, and it's put a watermelon down the side. Once again, starting to get quite big now, and again it's pulling on the vine. So I don't want it to, really don't want to lose them. So if you look here, what we've got is we've supported it in, this is just a piece of cloth really, a dishcloth. Obviously you want to use a clean one, and it's got a hole in each of the four corners, and a little bit of a rope has been put through, and we go up like this, up to here, and another piece of garden twine has been put, and it's now been tied to the roof of the polytunnel. Now I'm not going to take credit for this myself. A relative did this, and I think it's quite a good idea, because what it's done is it's supported it, so you know that won't break. And also another good thing is, due to the fact this has got a lot of slack in it, as it gets bigger, the watermelon won't be damaged, because there's enough room for it to grow within this dishcloth. So that is really good. So you could probably do this with, you know, you could even grow squashes like this in some pots if you wanted to, you know, if you didn't have the room to put them in the ground. So you can grow a lot within containers. You know, you can imagine if you had some squashes going around something structure similar to this, you could then hang them like that. And if you had this outside, you could just build like a frame, and then you could proceed to suspend them like this to stop them breaking. Obviously, if you've put a lot of work into growing your plants, you really don't want to lose them, because they weren't supported properly. So you can see the knots there. It goes up. And obviously no way is this going to break. Obviously you want to make sure whatever you're tying it onto is strong enough to hold your melon or your squash or whatever you're going to use. Okay, I hope that's been of some help. I certainly know that since I've looked more into pot culture, it really has allowed me to do a lot more, because you can buy the pots and then you've got more room and more growing space. So I hope that's been useful. Any questions, post below. Speak soon.